Be'ezus Hashem, today's Amud is Daf Ches Amud Aleph. We'll be learning the last Amud in Torah Vav. So right now we're in the middle of the Kavanas Elul. That we learned that the Kavanas of Elul are Hanoisin B'Yam Darach. They have to take the Bechin of Derech and put into the Yam. So we learned what's Derech. Derech is a Shem Hashem Yud Beis Kuf. And if you take it 2 times, it's Gematria Derech. And you get Shem Yud Beis Kuf 2 times is also the Shemes of Kuf Samach Aleph and Samach Gimel. Kuf Samach Aleph is the Shem Hashem of Aleph K Yud K. That's Shem Ekia spelled out with Yudin, or the Shem Havaya spelled out with Hayin, which together, each one, the Ekia spelled out together is a Gematria of Kuf Samach Aleph. And the Shem Havayit with Hayin when spelled out adds up to Gematria Samach Gimel. Together, the Gematria Yud Beis Kuf. And if you take the Nekudas Segul and you put it underneath all the Oisias of Ekia, so each Segul is 3 points times 10 Oisias of the Milui, that's 300. If you put a Chirik under the 10 Oisias of Yud K Vav K, spelled out Yud Vav Dalad Vayter, then you have 100, 10 times 10. Each Nakuda is 10. So that's Tav, Gematria 400, which is Gematria Pshuta of Yemin Hashem, Pshuta Kabel Chuvasei. So now the Mnasan explains how all of this is connected to everything we learned in Torah Vav. Because first of all, we learned in Torah Vav, the crux of Torah Vav is Baki B'Ratzei, Baki B'Shoiv. The Perish HaPashut is that if a person knows whether he's beratzai, whether he's b'shoiv, whether he's esek shemayim, even if he's going up to shemayim, having mardik aliyah, whether he is falling v'atzir sha'oil, then he knows that always to keep on going in avodas Hashem. So it says no matter what madrega you come to, you always do tshuva and tshuva. This we spoke about in the beginning of the Torah. The Baki B'Ratzai is a person knows that whatever hasaga I have in Eibishter, however much I serve Hashem, I can always do tshuva and tshuva. I can always come to a higher madrega. Even if I shechted the Yetzer Hara, whatever I did of being kovish the Yetzer Hara a little bit, I could always be kovish more. Even whatever I was kovish, I could do tshuva on that, because whatever I did was probably I would have had pnius, I could probably do it better. And even if you're zeicha to mamish be kovish Yetzer Hara, but now I understand who Hashem is even better than I did before. So now I could serve Hashem better. So I could do tshuva on the old hasaga I had. So that's Baki B'Ratzai. And Baki B'Shoiv is no matter how much I fall, and even if I feel mavuzah for myself, and even if I feel mavuzah from other people, and I feel bizyonis, but if I'm able to be quiet in the face of all of that and just keep on doing what I have to do, then and that's called going in the darchei tshuva. And in order to do that, we said you have to be able to memide b'choyatzim l'abes b'chol hamakayim. Meaning, if I memide my own covet, I'm saying no matter how far I got, I can still go further. And I memide my own covet, even if I'm feeling mavuzah for myself, I still keep on going avodas Hashem. So then you're able to be baki b'ratzei, baki b'shoiv. And he's saying that B'Pashtus, the Rebbe called it being a baki because it takes a murdik of b'kiyas to be able to know, to be misyagea, and to be matriach myself in avodas Hashem. No matter what, to always be mitzapeh to come to higher madrega, and at the same time not to fall and not to feel bad from anything. And Yiddish Rebbe said that which means that you need to strive for the highest and not feel bad even if I'm on the lowest, and never to feel bad at all. And become Metzir Sholaneka. And Nasa explains this also works al pisoid, because the word baki is the same isis as a Shem Yud Beis Kuf, which means a person has 2 bikiyas, Baki B'Ratzai, Baki B'Shoiv. That means he has a Shem Yud Beis Kuf twice, and that's where you zeicha to derech of tshuva, because derech is the gematria Baki twice, and Apila Kavanas Elul, and that's also the Indian of the 2 Shemas Hashem of Yud K Vav K, and with B'Milui and Eki with the Milui, which comes out of gematria Yud Beis Kuf, because Esak Shemayim Shemata is also the Isis Kuf Samach Aleph. And V'yatzir Sholineka, that's like is gematria sug, which is al tasek v'l olam. That even if you come to the edge of the world, that you don't even if you come to Yerida, but you stop and you say I'm not messiah. Just because I fell doesn't mean I have to stop. I can keep on going. So that's the Indian of, we say that Nakuda Yana and Nakuda Tana, because we spoke about that the three Nakudas of the three Nakudas of the Torah are Nakuda Yana of Aleph, with the Yud, the higher Yud, Nakuda Tachtana of the Aleph, and the Vav in the middle. We said that also that the shame of always being ready to do tshuva is a shame of Ekya, which means I'm ready to become. I'm always ready to become. I'm ready to do tshuva. That means no matter where I am, I know there's another place to go to. So I'm always there's always a place where I could become more. Ekya, always become more. I wanted more. So that's the shem Ekya. That's the Nakuda Yon of the Aleph. And he says also that's why it's the three Nakudas of the Segel, because Segel is Meramus to the sun, and that's a Metzak Shemayim, and that's also the Chirik is Nakuda Tachtan of the Aleph. The Chirik of the Shem Yud Ke Vav Ke, which is the Gematria Sag, that's the lower Nakuda of the Aleph. Now a person has these two bechinas, Baki B'Ratz, Baki B'Shoiv, then he's able to go to Derech HaTshuva, and you mentioned Pshuta Kabel Tshuvasei, which is Gematria 400, which is the 300 Nakudas of Segel with the 100 Nakudas of the Gematria of the 10 Nakudas of Chirik. That's the Nakuda Yonah and the Nakuda Tachtona. You have the Nakudas of the Nakuda Yonah and the Nakudas of the Nakuda Tachtona. So that's why if a person has these two Bikiyas, then he's able to be Mekayim these things, and he's able to Mekayim the Ini of Tshuva and Shechtan Yitzhara through Daim Lashem. So the Rebbe explains that the main thing over here is a person has to know that when he's mischazik b'Avos Hashem, and it's not just a simple thing that when you're feeling bad and you're mischazik, or when you're gem taliyah and you're mischazik yourself. The person has to know that no matter where he is, he has to know he has a tikva, and you can find Hashem v'asiyah shalaneka. But he has to know that when you do that, when you're mischazik, you're mamshech on yourself kedusha from the Shem Avai b'milei sag, and when you're mischazik b'baki b'shoiv, you're mischazik together with the Shem Hashem of Yud Beis Kuf, which comes together with the Shem Hashem sag. And when you go weiter in the same way, the Kudel Yonah, and even no matter how high you go, you keep on looking to go weiter. Then you're mamshaching yourself or from the Nakuda Al Yonah. That means that it's not just a chizik like a motivation to go further, or motivation not to fall and not be messiah. You're mamish misakin and mamshich on yourself iris from the kuda yoina, from the shemus of ekya, ksa and sag, and whether we understand these shemus or not, but to understand that whatever we're doing has a pnimis to it. Every chizik that we're mischazik ourselves in has a pnimis to it and an or to it, and the Mnasim Firzai, so we learned before that being shaisig and being quiet when a chaver is mevazami, that is the way we zeich to tshuva, and that's where zeich to keser of hamtein. So Mnasim says weiter that the reason what gives us the koyach to be able to be quiet. So till now we spoke about being doim v'sheisik, not to care about what other people think about me. But Nassim says weiter, it's also in being dan chaschus, that because the other person, if he's mevazami, he's sure not doing it out of schlechtigkeit. Could be he's doing it because he thinks that that's the right thing to do, and so he brings out a medrash that brings a mashal that was somebody that he's found someone making a crown. He said, "Who's this for?" It's for the king. He says, if that's the case, every precious stone that you find, put into the crown. So too, everyone in Klal Yisrael is like a keser, like a crown for Hashem. And we have to find whatever Nakuda Taiva we could in order to put into that crown. That's what we have to find. Every tzad schus and davar taiv that we can find a person, and we have to down chaschus and put into Torah. Mela, when a person feels that someone's being mevazim, if I feel someone's being mevazim me, but if I find a schus from them and I say that I realize that the fi daita, he thinks that it's right to mevazim me, he thinks it's the right thing to do. Adarabba is coming from a place of good. So Adarabba, I can make this in the Nekuda Taiva, I can make it into Keser for Hashem, and that's how through the Dimon Shtika you make a Keser for Hashem. Hashem is a Kenu.